It is now my pleasure to introduce Steve Swires, Chair of the Board of Trustees, who will present our final honorary degree candidate. Please join me in welcoming Steve Swires, who will present Jenifer Lewis for the Doctor of Humane Letters. Jenifer, would you please stand? Steve.
Thank you, Julian. It's my honor to introduce Jenifer Lewis as the candidate for the honorary degree of the Doctor of Humane Letters from Webster University. I'm also pleased to read highlights from her citation. Lifelong actress, performer, humanitarian, activist, beloved Webster University alumna, St. Louisan, daughter, sibling, and more. As a Webster student, she unveiled her talent in the classroom and on stage, launching a career of outstanding performances and memorable characters in over 200 television appearances, 60 films, 4 Broadway shows, and we're still counting. As a proud St. Louis native, you have been an advocate for your home community, brought pride to your birthplace of Kinloch, and spread awareness and spread awareness of issues requiring national attention. As an international humanitarian, you have pressed timelessly for the rights of the underserved and the forgotten. As an AIDS activist, to your mentorship of children through the human rights campaign Ally for Equality. As a Webster alumna, you are an exemplary model for all students who follow you. You generously created a scholarship to ensure others realize the same opportunity. And returning during Webster's centennial year to share a message of love, community, engagement, and inspiration. For your service to the local and global community, for your outstanding professional achievements, and your contribution to Webster's history, we salute you. President Stovall, I'm pleased to present Jenifer Lewis for the Doctor of Humane Letters degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Missouri and upon recommendation of the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon Jenifer Lewis the Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa degree. Receiving all the rights and privileges appertaining to this degree, Jenifer Lewis, on behalf of Webster University, we have been proud to call you an alumna, and today we are thrilled to present you with the doctorate. Congratulations, Dr. Lewis. Well, it's my pleasure to actually do the introduction to the 2015 commencement speaker and the honorary degree recipient we've just celebrated. Dr. Jenifer Lewis is an acclaimed actress. Of stage and screen, a pillar of our community, a proud, exemplary alumna of Webster University. I'll say it again, born and raised in the St. Louis suburb of Kinloch. Dr. Lewis is the youngest of 7 children. After graduating from Webster University's Conservatory of Theater Arts, she launched, woo! There's something in here for everybody, so this is good. She launched a successful entertainment career spanning more than 35 years and counting, and resulting, as we've already heard, in more than 200 television appearances, 60 films, and 4 Broadway shows to date. Well, currently, do you watch Blackish? Yeah. If you do, and if you don't, start Wednesday night, ABC. She is cast opposite Lawrence Fishburne in this hit comedy, and she just told us last night the best news for those of us who are Dr. Lewis and Blackish fans. She will now be a regular on Blackish. Her latest movie, The Wedding Ringer, starring Kevin Hart, adds to film credits that include both Think Like a Man movies, The Preacher's Wife with Whitney Houston and Denzel Washington, Hereafter with Matt Damon. Disney fans will recognize her distinctive voice in the animated hits Cars and Cars 2 and The Princess and the Frog. Her television work includes 6 seasons on Strong Medicine, Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns, and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with Will Smith. Dr. Lewis has starred opposite Meryl Streep in the New York Shakespeare Festival's presentation of Mother Courage and Her Children, and she has earned 2 NAACP Theater Awards for her one-woman show, The Diva Is Dismissed. Well, last year, this multifaceted entertainer received an electrifying standing ovation at Carnegie Hall while singing with the New York Pops Orchestra. Through this impressive career that has earned her fame worldwide, Dr. Lewis never forgot her roots, nor did she forget the values that are held dear by her own alma mater, Webster University. Because in addition to these professional accomplishments, she's engaged in numerous local and international community efforts to raise awareness of the most pressing issues of our time. These include, but they're hardly limited to, her work as an AIDS activist, her role as a mentor to children, the Human Rights Campaign Ally for Equality, her activism, raising awareness about the most recent crisis in Ferguson that truly affects our entire region, our country, and our world. We are so pleased that a scholarship will now bear her name for future students at Webster University. In recognition of her accomplishments, Dr. Lewis will receive the Career Achievement Award from the American Black Film Festival in June, and not to be missed, in 2016, we can read her memoir published by HarperCollins. I'm looking forward, aren't you? Well, as we celebrate this wonderful centennial year, we are thrilled to welcome home to Webster an alumna who exemplifies a life of leadership and service for all of us here and Webster students to come. And so please join me in welcoming to speak to us today, Dr. Jenifer Lewis.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. President Strobel, trustees, fellow honorees, esteemed professors, staff members, families, swelling parents, and of course, the graduating class of 2015! Congratulations to each of you graduates. You did it. And to the graduates who majored in theater arts, don't think that I'm not aware that you are now my competition. You all look beautiful. I wish I could tell you how beautiful you look. Well, except that one person I saw. All right, I'm gonna be good. It fills my heart to be able to celebrate with you today and your families. There is nothing more important than family. And I know they share your achievements today. Now, when Dr. Strobel asked me to speak, I felt so very humbled, honored, and privileged. It is truly, truly life-affirming to be given an honorary degree and to be able to address you today. But to be honest, honey, I was scared to death. Look, really, I have sung and performed all over the world, kicked down doors to save people's lives during the Northridge earthquake, even jumped out of a plane. But a commencement speech, I was like, oh my God, OMG. OMG! I went straight to YouTube and watched commencement speeches from the likes of Bill Gates, Maya Angelou, Hillary Clinton, Meryl Streep, Tom Hanks, Michelle Obama, and Oprah. I didn't like anything they said. No, I found them so inspiring in so many different ways. But they had one thing in common. They spoke from their own experience and from their heart. And that is what I will try my very best to do today. 2 days ago, I left the shores of the great Pacific and found myself walking along the banks of the mighty Mississippi, taking in all the history and, of course, admiring every majestic view of the Gateway Arch. Whenever I take that walk, I know I'm home. I'm always so very happy to come home. And this time, I'm so very happy to come home for the class of 2015. 'Cause I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Come on, clap along if you know that that's what you gotta do. Come on. All right, that's enough, please, please, please. Oh my God. This section up there, I mean, was so out of tune. Now, I was born and raised right here in St. Louis in a small town called Kinloch. Go ahead, yeah. Right out by the airport, where I'm sure a lot of you landed, coming to see your scholars graduate today. Kinloch, population 3,000, was at one time the largest all-black, self-governing municipality in the United States. Today, it barely exists. Its residents relocated to make way for the expansion of the airport. Kinloch was a very poverty-stricken area. And yes, there were times when I was hungry as a child. Now, Kinloch sits directly on the border of Ferguson, where throughout the 1960s, I was warned never to go alone. We were not welcome in Ferguson. But see, Ferguson had a movie theater, and Kinloch did not. So there I was, alone, almost every Saturday afternoon, a 12-year-old kid sitting in the dark, eating my popcorn, imagining myself starring up there on the screen. Little did I know, at that time I was setting a standard for my entire life. Racism? Oh, honey, I wasn't thinking about racism. I had a dream. And that dream took me to Hollywood, Broadway, and concerts all over the globe. Class of 2015, there's a point to this. When you have a great passion to do something, to make an impact, as I'm sure all of you do, there is nothing that can keep you from achieving it. The fact that you are breathing means you are unstoppable. Now, I know that's dramatic, but I'm an actress. So here goes. There are 3 things I want to share with you today. 1, the elevator to success is broken. Take the stairs. 2, it's when you're hardest hit that you mustn't quit. 3, love yourself, so that love will not be a stranger when it comes. Now, I graduated from Webster College in 1979. It was a college then. It's a university now. Y'all all fancy. University. Well, honey, when I got my degree, I was ready. I had been trained well by the theater department. Hold on a minute, just wait a minute, look, I want to just take the opportunity to apologize to Dean Peter Sargent. Y'all, I was so loud and hideous as a teenager. Please forgive me. Now, the day after graduation, honey, I gathered up my dance shoes, my rehearsal skirt, and my collected works of Shakespeare and flew straight to New York. I slept on a friend's living room sofa, surviving on salami, potato chips, and kosher pickles. But then in less than a month, and I kid you not, I landed my first Broadway show. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, honey. I was on the elevator to success. And then after Broadway, I took off to Hollywood, lights, camera, action. I got a little cheap apartment deep in the valley. Had my car stolen. But honey, it didn't matter because I was off and running. Well, guess what happened? Guess what happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No callbacks, no calls at all except from the police who found my car in the parking lot at Taco Bell. Guys, I went on audition after audition after audition, but I didn't get the job, and I didn't understand. The elevator to success was stuck between floors. Yes, I was talented, but unfocused. Ambitious, but not paying attention to the world around me. And dare I say, fabulous, but secretly insecure. I became depressed, and ultimately I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. The elevator was broken. The unpredictable force that is life itself demanded that I take the stairs one step at a time. Now, when I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, I was like, wait a minute, hey, wait a minute, oh, hey. What, are you kidding me? Yeah. I'm manic, I'm depressed, but ain't everybody? I mean, really? Well, after too many years of denial, one dark, dark day, somehow I found the strength and the courage to say out loud, I need help. 3 of the hardest words I ever had to say, but they saved my life. Class of 2015, there are 7.2 billion people on this beautiful planet. And I guarantee you, with 7.2 billion people, there will always be at least one out there to help see you through. You will have your own personal as well as professional challenges. You will. I want each and every one of you to promise yourselves that when you need help, you will be brave and you will ask for it. Now, I learned on that staircase to success that happiness isn't something you achieve when you hit the top floor. Happiness can be found on every step. Now, I always say to my friend, girl, I gotta be happy on my way to happy. She slapped me. We're no longer friends. But sometimes climbing steps can be hard, y'all. Knees hurt, back hurt, out of breath. Sometimes you slip and fall. And when these hits come, I want you to take the opportunity to reflect, gather up some wisdom before you make that next choice. Then you gotta grab hold of that railing, pull yourself up, and keep it moving. Yes, honey, I said that to myself over and over again in my life. Jenny, just keep it moving, baby. Take a deep breath and keep it moving, which brings me to my second point. Class of 2015, remember this one if you remember nothing else I say today. It is when you are hardest hit that you mustn't quit. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I gave up many times. I did. Show business is hard. I gave up, but I didn't quit. Some of my hits stopped me dead in my tracks, losing so many close friends to AIDS, coming to terms with my mental illness, of course 9/11, Hurricane Katrina, and yes, Ferguson. Those tanks were 10 minutes from my mama's house. My brothers and sisters could smell the tear gas from their homes. Sometimes it hits you so hard, you don't know what to do at first. A good friend of mine said to me one day, if you don't know what to do, do nothing. I slapped her. We're no longer friends. But then I got up and did my utmost to help, however and wherever I could. But your generation, come on now, you are much better equipped to do your utmost. You have the technology to connect instantly, to protect human rights, to nurture our planet, to save the endangered species. One tweet, one post can raise consciousness and unite millions on the path to what is right and just. As to my third point, love yourself. Love yourself so that love will not be a stranger when it comes. So be ready, because it will come. You will see it in sunsets. You'll see it in the waning of the moon, in the eyes of children, in the perfection of a rose. Love will come from the east, west, south, and true north. Finding your passion, your dream as it were, is an important step in finding love for yourself. Now, I realized my passion at First Missionary Baptist Church in Kinloch when, at 5 years old, I stepped out from the choir and sang my first solo. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know that he watches me. Well, I wasn't that good when I was 5. But I thought I was. When I saw the reaction of the congregation, people I knew yelling and shouting, I saw my mama cry for the first time. It was an amazing moment. I stood there with my eyes crossed thinking, wow, this is life. And it is that same sensational feeling, my dream, that has kept me on those stairs, navigating the hits and asking for help along the way. And in conclusion, I always love when a speaker says that. It's like where you just sit down. Class of 2015, I want you to promise me and your beautiful families. Give them a hand. Come on. I want you to promise us that you will take care of yourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Find your passion. Pace yourselves. And please, I know I don't have to say please, but I'm saying it anyway. Please help others when you can. Help even when you think you can't help. Because make no mistake, when it's all said and done, it is your humanity that will matter above all things. So love. Y'all listening to me? Love hard. Now, you have been nourished, fortified, challenged, and encouraged in your time at Webster University. I want you to leave here today proud of your achievements. Travel, see the world, open your eyes, have great adventures, have great success. I'm sorry, wait, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to. Success. "36 years ago, when I sat where you are, I never would have imagined being here with you today. But like it says in The Lion King, such is the circle of life. God bless you. Enjoy your journey." Thank you. Thank you so much. Now go get him, Tiger. Go get him.
Now, was that a speech or was that a speech?